let me open this Visual Studio. So here in this session, we'll see the CSS text properties and CSS border properties. Now coming to here, the text properties. See, in this text properties, we have, you already know the text properties like color. So color is a property which will apply the color for your text and color for your element, color for your any type of boxes. And next we have a direction property. So direction is a property which will use to add or stop. It will set the direction for the font, whether it is a right side or left side. We can use direction here. And we have this letter spacing. And word spacing. And text indent, text align, and we have text decoration, text decoration, text transform, and we have text shadow, and we have white space, like this. See here, this much of properties available in the CSS. The first one, we have the color. Color means in order to apply color of your text, we can use a color here. Next, we have the direction property. In which direction the text will be flow here, we can use the direction. In this direction, we use the RTL. RTL stands for right to left. LTR, left to right, we can use in the direction. Letter spacing. So this property is used to add or subtract space between the letters. We can make this letter spacing. And word spacing. So word to word, it will give the space here. The most probably we can see in the cinema titles, like here in this cinema below title, we have some spaces, right, that we can use for this one, letter spacing. And word spacing also same, word to word have some space here that we can use this word spacing. And text indent. What is meant by text indent means, so in order to start your paragraph from middle of the page or else somewhere in the page, that we can use the text indent. So text indent, it will use it to indent of the text, indent of the any type of paragraph. If you see any story books, the story will be written in the first line. It will start from somewhere in the middle of the page, right? That using this text indent. Text indent is the option. We can move the text. We can start the text whether middle of the page, and we can whatever it is. We can start the first paragraph itself on the middle of the page using this text indent. And next we have the text align properties. So the text align properties. So we have text align properties values like text align, center, and text align justify, and center, justify, text align right, text align left, like this. These are the text align properties. We can use the center, justify, right, left. Text align center means in order to make the text as a center. Justify means in order to make justify the content, like in the left side, in the right side, we can justify the content. We can use the justify. And the right side means the text will be placed in the right side. Left side means text will be placed in the left side itself. I'll show the example for this text align properties. Next, we have text decoration. See, in this text decoration, in the HTML, we'll see only text decoration, none here. In the CSS property, we have the several properties is come. So text decoration, text decoration. So here we can take none, text decoration line, line through, line through, and we also have text decoration color, text decoration width, like this. So much of properties comes under this text decorations here. Next we have text transform, text transform. So text transform is used that in order to make the images, in order to make the paragraph as a capital letters, small letters, and capitalize, that we can use here. So in this values like capitalize, so each letter it will make the capitalize, and uppercase and the lowercase. So this values will be used in this text transform. And next we have white spaces. White spaces means in order to give the space like no wrap and pre-option, we can use a white space. Also the example there you get the clear understanding. Let me open this Visual Studio. So these are the text properties available in the CSS. Let me open this Visual Studio. So I created this new file. Sorry, new window. Now, sorry. So I just created this new file here. Just click on this Control N, and I'll just zoom this one. I just save this file as CSS text properties. CSS text.html. I'll save this one as in the desktop. Save here. Now create a program. Just write here text properties, and coming to them. So this text properties, the text properties, first one we have the color. So first I'm taking this H1. I'll do one thing. Yeah, I'll take the para, or so this is I take fancy heading 1. Now I'll take the class name fancy, fancy 1. So in the H1 I just write some text. CSS color property, right click, open in default browser. So we have the CSS color property. So for this color property, now we just apply. For this color property, I need to apply styles there. So here I'm taking this internal style sheet. Internal style sheet. Now we need to create this style. Just you can type h1, not h1. We need to take the class name, right? Fancy one, fancy one, and here for the fancy one, I just apply the color property. Color I'll apply which color. So right now I'll just apply this dark blue. So I'll do one thing, orange red. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now I'll place this color here. So this is a color property. Color property, we can use a color. Next we have CSS direction properties. Next go to this one here. I'm taking this h2 and I take the class name fancy2, and here I just write CSS direction property. Now go to this one here, take fancy2. Now I'll reload this page. So next, this is a direction property. Now we need to set this direction property. I need to add the CSS property there. Go to this Visual Studio, then you can write here direction, and which direction you want, either in this left to right, right to left. So I use this right to left. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now look at this one. So it comes under this right side, CSS direction property. Next we have letter spacing. Go to this Visual Studio, then just write h3 fancy 3. And don't worry, this is a shortcut. Just if you want to type any type of element, then type the element, and after that take the dot and you can write the class name. Click on this enter, so it will create the element and along with this class names. This h3, I'll make this letter spacing. Spider-Man, homecoming. Now you can run this one on the browser. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Now I'll place this text here, Spider-Man homecoming. Now for this text, go to this Visual Studio, take fancy heading 3. Now here we write letter spacing. So in this letter spacing, you can write anything you want, like 8 pixels. I'll write this 20 pixels. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. So it will give the letter space. Now, if you want to give the more gap, just you can give 27. Spider-Man Homecoming. So it will give letter to letter spacing. We can use this letter spacing. Next, go to there. I'm take H3 Fancy 4. So I take one more class, and here itself we write this word spacing. Word spacing, right? For this word spacing, just take hello, welcome to my world. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. We'll place the text here for this text. Now go to this Visual Studio. So take Fancy 4 heading, take Fancy 4, and just write word spacing. Word space. So for this word spacing, we can write first we can run this one. Okay, we'll just run this one on the browser, right? So just I'll placing this 30 pixels here, making this word to word. I'm making the space as a 30 pixels. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. So if you want to give the more gap, just increase this to pixels, increase it to 60 pixels. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. So we place here, place this word to word spacing. Now we need to gap here. For this gap here, take some BR. Go to this browser, just reload this page. So we place this word spacing. Next we have text indent. So text indent is a property which tells the paragraph where to start the first line. Now go to this Visual Studio. So below that, I take the paragraph. I take this story one. For the story one, I'll take this dummy text up to this 400. I'll do one thing. I'll make it to 90 words. Now click on this F1, make your file beautify. Now I'll place the paragraph there. Go to this browser, just reload this page. So we place the paragraph here. Place the paragraph. So for this paragraph, go to this Visual Studio. So take the class name as a story one. Story one. For the story one, we can write text indent. Text indent. See here, you can write any of the pixels you want. Just take 5 centimeters. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. The first, it will give the 5 centimeters gap, then it will start this first line itself. So if you increase to 7 centimeters, Go to this browser, just reload this page. Now look at this one. So that is nothing but text indent. Now I'll take here h1 fancy 5. Now here I'll make it this heading. This story, and go to this browser, just reload this page. So we make this heading. Now I need to make this heading in the center of the page. The center of the page. For the center of the page, use fancy 5, fancy 5, use the class name. That we just write text align, text align center, and you can also apply color green. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. So we make the text as a center. Make the text as a center here. Now, so below that, I take here, this is a normal story. I'll make a copy. I'll make the copy, and I just write story 2, story 3, story 3 here. Go to this browser, just reload this page. See, we'll place this one here, story 2 and story 3. Now we'll write the heading. I take this h1 fancy 6, fancy 6, and here you can write story 2. The story is 2, and using CSS align right property, align right side. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. So here using align right, and I just copy this one. I'll place it here. This is align justify. Justify property. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now here, so go to this Visual Studio. So take the story 2, take story 2. You just write text align right side, text align right here. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one. Text will be in the right side. Next, so similarly we can use the left, it will comes under the left side. So basically it will be in the left side. Now you can write the align right, it will comes under the align right here. Next, align justify. Go to this Visual Studio. Next, take the story 3, story 3, to the story 3. Story 3, text align, justify. Text align, justify. Now go to this browser. Just reload this page. Look at this one. So justify means it will give equal space. Equal space here. Have you look at this? Have you look at this general paragraph? This right side, we have some white spaces, right? So whereas coming to this one, so there is no space here. So it will give the equal space here. That is text align justify. So it will justify the content either right side and the left side in equal manner. And also note here, don't never ever use justify inside of any project. If you use a justify here, what will happen means, if you use a justify, what will happen means, so there you get word to word spacing, white spaces, more spaces in this mobile compatibility. So never ever use this align justify. Nobody is recommended to use this align justify here. So these properties exist in this CSS, but nobody use here. So don't use this align justify. If you use align justify, what would happen means in this mobile compatibility, there you get this letter spacing, line spacing. Now, next we have this text align center. So you know this text align center, right? So for the, you can also apply for these paragraphs also. So to make this text as a center. So this is text align properties. Next we have this text decoration. So text decoration, fancy fancy heading one. So if you want to use the class names, then use better to use this class name, fancy heading, fancy heading, fancy heading. So I'll tell this CSS visual hierarchy. I'll tell you that how you can take these class names while writing the CSS. And coming to this fancy heading one. So here I'll take this text decoration, right? Text decoration. So most probably text decoration will be used for this anchor tags. So in order to remove the line underlines, so we can use this text decoration. So we'll try it differently for this one. So go to this browser, just reload this page. See here, is one thing, just go to this inspect. Now here, I'm selecting this fancy heading. For this one, I'll just write text decoration. See here, text decoration, color, text decoration style, text decoration. So in these text decorations, we have this blink, dashboard, dotted. No, it's not coming right. Don't worry. So I'll take this anchor tag, provide this as text decoration. So go to this browser, just reload this page. See, we see this underline here. So for this underline, now I'll do one thing. Why I'm taking this one means I need some space in the down. see only concentration on this only the text decoration, forgot about this dummy text. So coming to this text decoration, now we have this fancy heading 1. So here I'm taking this fancy, sorry, so take here the fancy heading 1, and here I've taken the space selector. Now just write the font size 60 pixels, color I use this one. Go to this browser, just reload this page, so place it there. Now right click, go to this inspect. Now we can write here text decoration, none. If you write that none means it will remove the line here, and if you write line through, so it will stack out through line here. And overline means it will give the overline here. And we have dashed. Wait, this dashed is not working. Double, uh, double also not working. So okay, blink, it will not able to see this one here. So okay, so we have line through, overline, underline, overline. So we have wavy also there. Why it's not applying? So okay, no problem. So like this, we have these text decorations. So here I'll change this to overlay. Next, we have this text transform and white spaces, and text shadow is there. See, text shadow. We just write so I take this one as a text transform property. So go to this browser, just reload this page. So we have this text transform property. Click on this inspect. Click on this inspect here. Now look at this one. I'll do one thing. For this text transform property, font size 60 pixels. And yeah, so I take this text transform property, font size 60 pixels here. Now this text transform, look at the words we have. So we have only these small letters, right? So I need to make capital letters. Text transform. Text transform uppercase. If you write this uppercase, look at this one. If you write this uppercase, so it will give the all letters will be capital. And if you use this lower case, so it will be in the lower case. And you need each and every letter as a capital. You can write this capitalize. So you can write the capitalize. It will give each letter will be the capital position. So like this, the text transform properties will be work. Text transform will be work, and along with that one, so I just also explained this one. So shadow, text shadow, text text shadow property. In this text shadow, we can write like 1 pixels, 2 pixels, red, blue color. Blue is not going to be right. Right. Green color. Now here we can also increase this one. See, this is H offset, V offset. H offset means the horizontal and vertical directions. We can move these shadows. See, if you increase this one, and we can also increase this horizontal. See, like this, we can also apply this text shadows. And if you increase this one more value, this is a blur effect. So I'll explain at the time of shadows, like drop shadows. See, so it will give the blur effect. If you give this three values, so it will give the blur. And if you give the only one value, that is a V offset and a H offset. And that is the use of this text shadows. That is use of this text shadows. And we have white space. White space and white space no wrap and a pre option is there. I just explain. Go to this Visual Studio. See here, I'll do one thing. Yeah, I'll take this H1 there. On H1, I'll take the paragraph. Write this lorem 8 and lorem 10 words. And here you can write this class name, class like text2. Like if you take this text2 for this class and go to this styles, just apply this text2, and here I just apply white space. White space. I'll do one thing. So go to this browser, just reload this page. Yeah, I'll place this here. Want to see this one? Just right. So I'll just explain at the time of margins. You already known about this margins, right? I'll explain. Here I'm taking this margin bottom as 60 pixels. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now I need to apply this paragraph. Look at this paragraph here. Now for this paragraph, so go to this one, and I'll do one thing. Go to this browser, right click on this inspect, select this text to here. For this text to, you just write white space. White space, write the pre option, pre tag there. Now it will gives that. See if I write this, enter. Go to this Chrome, just reload this page. Now it won't come right. So go to this inspect, and here I just write white space. White space, write this pre here. So if you write the pre means, so it will act as a pre tag. It will act as a, the paragraph will be act as a pre tag using these white spaces. So white space property which makes this to pre here. And next, so I just remove this one here. I'll take the pre tag, right? So go to this one. I'll make it. I'll just copy this one. I'll paste it there. I'll take nearly this 3 or 4 lines. Now go to this browser. Just reload this page. So we have this paragraph, right? So for this paragraph, look at this paragraph we have. Right click, go to this inspect. Just write right here, right, white space, white space, and here I just write no wrap. You write the no wrap means, look at this one. So it will give you the straight line here. If you want to see this paragraph, we have this scroll bar. Look at this one. So wrap and no wrap that we can use using these white spaces. So that's about this CSS text properties. So tomorrow session, I'll just continue with this border properties. So in this text properties, we discussed about this text color, direction, letter spacing, word spacing, text indent, text align, text decoration, text transform, white spaces, and text shadow. So along with that, we have this word break, keep all. So word break, we can break the words break all, keep all, initial, inherit. That's very easy, and nobody using this word break here. That we can learn this word break